Hello, this is Tom Smith and I'm going to be answering the evaluation question, how does your media product represent particular social groups? The first thing I'm going to be talking about is age, and how my media product, the Piper, which is my film opening, represents the elderly and the young. The two age groups we have in our film opening are children from age 7 to 12 and adults from the age 25 to 35. The children are portrayed as weak and vulnerable, as the child in the opening is only in one shot, while Mr. Brown dominates the frame, and the child is obviously frightened due to the position he's curled up in a ball. This also makes the older 25 to 35 adults look a lot more powerful, as a lot of the shots he's in, he dominates the frame most of the time. Young adults, however, are being portrayed as creepy or weird individuals that aren't who they say they are, due to the fact that Mr. Brown is a deranged child kidnapper that poses as a school teacher. It makes adults seem dangerous and untrustworthy throughout the opening. The next thing we're going to talk about is ethnicity. The only race we have in our opening are Caucasian people. They're shown very negatively in the opening, as Mr. Brown is shown as a deranged liar, kidnapper, and the child is shown as weak and vulnerable, showing the Caucasian people target the weaker individuals rather than picking on someone their own size, etc. Caucasians could also be shown as to be sympathised with, as the child is also a Caucasian, and the viewer could see that the situation that he's been placed in. However, the child, who is also Caucasian, could be sympathised with, as the viewer sees the situation that he's been placed in, leading for the audience to sympathise with that certain character and possibly the rest of the race. The next thing I'm going to talk about is gender, and men in this opening are shown to be very creepy and could be viewed as predatory, and as Mr. Brown kidnaps a child from a primary school, though the little boy shows the kind of opposite, as he's shown as vulnerable, fragile and helpless due to the image the child gives in the viewing in the last shot, where he is curled up in a ball. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is social class, and working class people like Mr. Brown are shown in a negative light due to the things that Mr. Brown does throughout the opening. At first he looks like an honest, gentle school teacher, and then he becomes more of a deranged child kidnapper. The child being a school pupil makes the viewers sympathise with him, as they know that this child has a lot more of his life to live, and while the child isn't really put into any social class, it would probably be put into the working or lower class, as it goes to a normal school rather than a private school, which you would expect from a higher class citizen. We only had two characters in the opening, which the only variation between them is the age. Our opening shows each social group as bad and good, due to the fact that there are two characters with completely opposite personalities.